All right, well, good Monday evening to all of you. Owen Fritzen here on a Monday evening, and it's about 5:50, 10 till 6 o'clock this evening. Coming live to you for a couple severe thunderstorm warnings that are way down south. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and click that on and get the alert ticker going for you as well. Way down south of Ohio, so down by Cincinnati and the Ohio River, that's where we're at the moment. So just kind of want to zoom out and kind of show you where we're at. So if you're anywhere north of this, nothing to be too concerned about at the moment. But this is we're coming live because of some of our counties down here in the southern part of the viewing area, and in part because some of these cells are showing a little bit of rotation with them. So we want to make sure that we came live, just kind of give you that heads up and kind of pre-tease what's going to happen for tomorrow. We're going to have a greater discussion on that later on this evening with meteorologist Zach Batten, who will be in discussing the latest storm potential for tomorrow, coming up around 9 o'clock tonight. So if you're available this evening and you want to tune in around 9 o'clock or so tonight, we're going to let the latest models run in, and kind of gather some of that data, and then we'll be talking about the latest update as far as severe weather for tomorrow. So join meteorologist Zach Batten and crew a little bit later this evening. So be sure to check that out as well. But let's talk about what's going on right now down in Claremont and Brown County. Let's take a look at that. Down here we have a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this area. Got some hail going on with this, and we got some strong winds too as well going on with that. So let's go ahead and zoom into Claremont County and take a look at what's going on. You can kind of see, we'll kind of flip through here. I'll first of all say that the severe thunderstorm warning, this goes until 6:30. We got a large amount of hail going on with this too. So you can see these deep purples and the reflectivity from the radar. We got a large amount of hail going on with this as well. So let's go ahead and put a track on this for you. So right now, and this track's a little bit outdated, but they were saying back then about Felicity about 6:12, Higginsport about 6:27, 6:33 in Georgetown there in Ohio. So that track's just a touch old, but we do have an updated track, and this is moving. Actually, it's moving fairly decent. According to the National Weather Service, it's moving at about 35 miles an hour currently. And the biggest threat with this is 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. But we are tracking too. Let's go ahead and flip this over for you. Let's go ahead and flip over to base velocity. We are looking at a little bit of some broad rotation inside of this, so it keeps going back and forth. So we're keeping a very close eye on that. So if you're in that area, just make sure that you respect that polygon. Get indoors, stay away from windows in any severe thunderstorm warning, and prepare to take action if there were to be some tornado warnings issued with that. Can't totally rule out tornado warnings for this evening at all. You can see the latest update come in. They upped that hail marker to 2, so we can have 2-inch hail marker, and they're saying right now the probability of severe hail over 1 inch is 100%. The hail probability is 100%, and 2, they put a 2, but it's 2.5-inch hail. So that's some very large hail that's possible with this storm right now. So you want to make sure, again, that you're getting indoors and away from windows, because 2.5-inch hail, if that's possible right now, that is just large, very, very large. So to kind of put that in perspective for you, we don't see 2.5-inch hail that often, but if you do, that would be considered tennis ball size hail. So that's very large. And if we get up to 2 3/4, that's baseball size. Tennis ball, 2.5-inch hail for that. So we want to be careful with that. But you can see on the return coming in from radar, those are very deep blue, blackish, bluish purples that are coming in for everything. So also taking a look here, even if you're outside of this and you're up near the town of Bethel, we got some strong hail there as well. So we got 1-inch hail marker, 1 3/4-inch hail marker for that one. So be careful there as well. So if you're anywhere in the severe thunderstorm warning, you need to make sure that, again, just get inside, stay away from windows, and let the storm pass. So a little bit of gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour, but hail being the primary threat for this. So we'll continue to look at this as it moves forward. So if you're downstream of this too, keep an eye on this. So if you're in Brown County, you're a portion of Brown County, you're under the warning. But if you're down in Adams County, heads up to you, and even possible Scioto County, so West Union, Portsmouth, and those types of areas, be careful. This storm is tracking for you, and if it holds together, has a large amount of hail. So keep that in mind as well. I'm not going to totally go into everything. I'll zoom out here just a little bit. This is kind of where we're seeing some things. And let's go ahead and bring open here, if I can show this to you on the surface. So kind of show you some things here. of what's going on kind of across the region here in southwest Ohio. We're seeing some other storms fire up back towards Indiana that could be traipsing along this boundary as well. So we're watching it, we're keeping an eye on it, and we'll continue to watch this as well. Now, the biggest thing that we're going to talk about coming up later is we're going to be looking at the severe weather potential. Meteorologist Zach Batten has the night shift, and he'll be coming in after about 9 o'clock or so. He'll be here a little bit earlier, but about 9 o'clock or so, and he will be discussing that latest threat for tomorrow. It has significantly enhanced some of the things that we were talking about earlier on our page. You know, we haven't seen this type of setup in quite a long time. I think a decade is kind of what was thrown out by one of the team members, and I would have to concur. It's been a very, very long time. What has happened is this warm front has moved north, and it has encompassed basically all of Ohio. I'll quickly turn this on for you. I don't want to get too much into it to steal Zach's thunder, but here's what it looks like for tomorrow. So that is a huge amount of moderate risk. We don't see moderate risk for Ohio that often, maybe 2-3 times a year. That's it. But that's what it looks like for tomorrow. And, let's look at the tornado probability for tomorrow. There you go. And that's even hatched. So that's basically 29%. So basically kind of level 3, as I call it, of the risk of tornadoes for portions of Ohio tomorrow. It's not a matter of are we going to see or when we're going to see tornadoes. It's a matter of when, not of if, it's when we're going to see tornadoes tomorrow and supercells. So that's very, very possible and plausible. Let's take a look back here real quick. And I know just wanted to kind of pre-tease that for Zach tonight. He'll get into all the great things about the weather and how it looks and what we're expecting, and we'll get into a little bit of a nerd herd later on tonight about 9 o'clock. But the primary focus of this broadcast is to continue to look at this severe thunderstorm that's down here for our friends our friends in Claremont and Brown counties. We're kind of watching this as a little bit of an inflow, and let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit further on this. You kind of can see here a little bit of an inflow that's trying to create. So we're watching this very closely. That's the area that we're continuing to watch if it were to start to get going for some rotation. So we're continuing to watch that, and that's mainly the reason that we came live right now, is to continue as we watch this as it flows into Claremont and Brown counties. We're keeping a very, very close eye on this particular storm because of that reason. That's why we decided to come live here and just kind of give you a heads up on what was going on in that area. All right, so I'll zoom out just a little bit and kind of show you the region of what's going on here. Let's go ahead and flip it over to the national composite view real quick, kind of show you what else is going on. So kind of looking around the region. If you're in northern Ohio, yeah, you could see a chance of some storms this evening, a couple isolated storms, I should say. Nothing overly popular, especially north of I-70. Not going to see a whole lot going on there. Maybe an isolated storm or two this evening, but we're going to see a lot of rain. Now, the question becomes tomorrow is how clear can we get, and all the stuff that moves out in the morning, how much heating can we get and instability to get going in the atmosphere. But we're keeping an eye on these storms as well, kind of moving across Ohio in the overnight hours, just to have a way to receive warnings as well through the evening hours if you're anywhere in that area. You can always download our app. That's free in the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can search Ohio News and Weather and feel free to download that at any time. It's there for you. It will send you alerts. It's a beautiful thing, so use it. And it is there on behalf of Bell Park Weather Network and the Ohio News and Weather. So here's the latest track on it. Let's look at this. Mentor 558, 601 into Moscow. Felicity 615, 630 into Higginsport, 636 Georgetown, 641 into Dover, 644 into Ripley and Russellville at 648. The storm has slowed down, so that's another indication of what we're looking at here. The storm has slowed down to about 29 miles an hour currently. So it is slowing down a little bit. So, again, that's why we're live, and we're just continuing to look at that. And even on reflectivity, you can try to see maybe what it's going on with a little bit of an inflow notch. So it's not 100%. It's kind of merging here between two cells, and we'll see here if it's getting ready to hook or not. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that as it continues to push into Claremont here in Brown counties. So with that being said, didn't want to stay live too long, but I did want to let you know that we are here and we are monitoring the storms, and especially these storms, fire up across the south. We're here this evening. I'll primarily be here for the lives, and meteorologist Zach Batten will also be here starting about 9 o'clock, and he'll be coming on doing some lives for us as well and discussing, again, that severe potential for tomorrow. So with that being said, we're going to end this broadcast, but just to let you know, we'll be right back on if it decides to get a little bit cranky, if there seems to be a tornado that pops up. We're looking at some broad rotation down there right now. Not overly concerning, but we are keeping a very close eye on Claremont and Brown County. So if that continues to slide east and that hook starts to formulate, we could see the possibility of a tornado warning. It's possible with the conditions and the setup today, but the main threat right now is that large hail and damaging winds. But just wanted to come live, let you know we're here, we're with you, and we'll continue to be with you throughout the evening hours. We'll come back live as we need to. So with that being said, from all of us here at Ohio News and Weather and our entire team, make sure, again, join us later about 9 o'clock. Get the information, stay weather aware, have a way to receive warnings throughout the evening and for tomorrow. For right now, we're going to end this broadcast. We'll catch you back here as